StartUp Lab.
I'm from Ohio, and I guess, okay, fast forward a little bit. I went to graduate school in Alabama, and I was getting my master's in creative writing. But at the same time, I was starting to perform my music out, and I had always written songs since the time I was a little kid. It was kind of one of the ways I could navigate the world, was to write these little songs that I would sing for myself, not for anyone else. And then when I was in grad school, I was like, I want to share my music with people. A year after I was here, I founded the Tinderbox Music Festival, which was promoting female artists from all over the world, specifically emerging artists. I wanted to give female artists a bigger platform. I had done a lot of work also with Chicago National Organization for Women and Young Women's Empowerment things. So I was merging these different ideas together. The act of performing and literally connecting with people like at the, in the present time, it just lit me up so much. And so it just was the kind of thing where, I would have been funded one more year for grad school, and I did finish my program, but I decided I'm going to move to New York and pursue music.
Yeah.
So it was more, again, it's like my heart, my passion, I just had to go with it. One of the reasons I started the festival was also because I thought it was important to have a bit, some type of job. I was like, I'm going to make a job for myself because you can't depend on music.
Right.
Lo and behold, I ended up losing money from that and then getting paid to be a creative, which was, amazing. It's just everything. I mean, people and their interactions totally inspire me. Lately, I've also been inspired by science, a little bit of quantum physics, because I'm also a dork and I like to always learn. In New York, you have to learn. You have to be around other people. You have to be in situations you're not comfortable with. And for me, actually, I love talking to strangers, even though maybe you're not supposed to. But I loved coming to New York and just, you have conversations with people on the street or on the train that you might never see again. But there's this human connection, this element that I just think is uncanny and so special about being alive.
Right.
Just those little things,
Right.
I like them. Tinderbox was what I was really focused on, and I didn't really have a business plan. Again, I was doing it with passion. I'm good at bringing people together, got a team, made these things happen, got artists from all over the world, venues, sponsors, everything. But I didn't have a financial business plan. So even though it went for 4 years and we're getting written up in the New York Times and Time Out New York and New Yorker and Billboard Biz and,
Right.
places that are actually, recognizing what we're doing and having these great independent artists, it really wasn't financially feasible. And it was basically my full-time job that I wasn't getting paid for. And it was a great experience, but financially it wasn't. And I'm the one that has to deal with it at the end of the day. And I finally had to take a look at my life and say, hey, you need to know that you can pay your rent.
Yeah.
You need to know that you can buy groceries. You're an adult. And then all of a sudden I was like, okay, I'm not going to do this under the radar. I'm going to let people know this brand, Tinderbox, that has served all these artists and worked primarily with independent artists, is now working with artists on an ongoing basis. And I develop campaigns for them, and I help them release their CDs, their videos. I consult with them about what their goals are. I book them shows, just help them get organized, because I've always kind of had that creative side and the organizational side. Mm-hmm. So right now it's the balance between helping other artists and then still pursuing my art, performing, doing more composing and placements for film and TV. You come to New York, you play in a coffee shop, there's some A&R guy that's like, you're the next big thing, let's do this. Okay, now it doesn't work like that. The music industry has changed so much. It's been dismantled in the old ways. It's also oversaturated because everybody can record, everybody can do things. So you have to say, okay, how is it working for me and what can I do with it? And for me, I've actually made some money through licensing, and so now I'm researching those things and saying, okay, how can I do this more? Well, that's what happened after the third year of the festival. I mean, again, it was the biggest year. We had the most artists. We had the biggest venue we had. It was an amazing event, and then at the end of the night, I learned that we've lost thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And I'm just beyond myself, and I'm like, what am I doing? And I put myself in the situations. I did these things, I started we didn't have the budget. I was always working up to the budget, and just, I'm gonna make it happen. It's gonna happen. I was just energetically, everything. I was just kind of done, financially, emotionally. I just couldn't do it so much anymore. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to getting jobs. I have contracts, and I have campaigns, and I have fees.
Right.
So I'm providing a service.
Right.
very different than before.
Very necessary.
Very necessary if you want to have income. I'm putting worth to what I'm doing. Whereas before, I wasn't. I was saying, I'm going to keep doing this even if no one's paying me, and I did, and then ended up in the throw your hands up. It was very hard, but something I needed to learn, because that isn't a sustainable way to live.
Obviously not.
It doesn't work. But I had to come to that, I think, through that, because I think a little bit my creative side has this blind passion that's just go for it.
Right.
And then the kind of organizational and business side and adult side said, okay, you need to provide for yourself, and you have skills. So let's not undermine yourself. I think I was undermining myself.
Right.
I've learned that I can't just run after ideas, because I'm the kind of person, I can make any idea happen, I think, but that there's a cost to that, and that, it's important to have, I've always had a lot of this, energy, and I can make things happen, and with, doing a lot of yoga and a lot of meditation and saying, okay, I need to be paid for things, it's just, instead of putting all your energy out to the world and it's, going crazy, it's, honing it in a little bit. I think I do kind of believe, you learn the lessons that you need to learn. I think I'm the kind of person, because I'm so kind of all or nothing, I feel like I needed to go for it in the way that I did, and realize oh my gosh, I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have a way built in for me to make money and to support myself with this.